I don't love the camera angle. I don't love the camera angle. We're going to work on this. Let's see. Let's start it off. Of course, right? Adjust the camera before you come on. You really can on Facebook. You can and you can't. What am I going to do, right? Anyway, we're going to get this show going here. We're going to get this show on the road. That's what we say. Is that what people say? Get the show on the road? That's, I think, what they say at the circus. I'm still adjusting the chair. My show doesn't go anywhere. It's not on the road. There's no trucks involved. All right. You know what? I don't know. I can't tell if I like the lighting or not. I don't know what the deal is with my phone today. I don't know what the deal is with this, but we're gonna see. Oh, that's a little better, but that was one. Is this just too bright? What is going on? Anyway, I don't really know. It's not that. We're gonna go with it anyway. Probably looks okay. When you come on here, if you're watching, let me know. You think the lighting looks all right? I mean, could it be brighter? What's going on with my lighting today? Maybe it's a bad. What about that? Did that do anything? Probably not. Anyway, welcome to Coffee Breaks Thursday with Jason Zalakis. I, of course, am your host, Jason Zalakis. And I sit here in Los Angeles today. We will be chatting with our guest, excuse me, Gus Perez. And so he has been in quite a few films, including things like Armageddon, Ocean's 11. So we're pretty excited to talk to him today. He's also been in indie movies, which is why how you get on this show is you make indie pictures. So because those big time celebrities, whatever, we they won't get my brand of humor anyway, probably. But let's get on with it. Coffee Breaks Thursday with Jason Zalakis. Thank you for being here. We're starting it off here. We got the mug I'm using today is a mug that I used in the beginning when I started the show. World's Best Boss, of course, you know the mug from it's the same one that he uses in the show The Office, and so I'm using it here. And am I the world's best boss? No. In fact, my employees, I don't think my employees have ever thought that. That's probably the truth. And you guys know that I used to run retail businesses prior to becoming a mediocre actor, and so that's what I did. But let's get right to it today. Welcome, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Coffee Breaks Thursdays with Jason Zalakis. Today, if you didn't know, today is Life Day, and that's why I'm wearing this shirt. See, you can see our Lord and Savior Chewbacca. He's not our Lord and Savior, but in Star Wars they don't celebrate Christmas, right? Because why would they? Wookiees. Why would a Wookiee, he doesn't celebrate Christmas. That doesn't make any sense. So a Wookiee wouldn't celebrate Christmas. So they have, and if it doesn't make any sense, you have to quit. So they invented a holiday for Chewbacca and Chewbacca's family, and it's Life Day. And so happy Life Day, folks. It is today, November 18th. And so I'm wishing you all a happy Life Day, and I hope you celebrate that with your family as Chewbacca would. So keep that going. I want to talk about my week. You guys know how I do. You guys know that I keep busy. I have been very busy this week. I filmed a movie with some guys that go to a college I haven't heard of, but it's called Columbia College of Hollywood, and it's an all film school, and I guess it's extremely hard to get in. And I don't typically, as an actor, do student films. It's not something I do. And it's not that I'm above student films. It's that their lack of experience and my age don't necessarily coincide with the same vibes, if you know what I'm saying. So, I don't always do it, but I will do it if I feel like the kids are passionate. I will do it if I feel like these kids, because somebody's going to be the next Spielberg, and if I feel like these guys or students or people are passionate and about it, and even then I'm not 100% sure even when I get there, but if they ask me the right questions or those kind of things, if they seem like they know what they're doing, then I'm likely to do their project, and I did their project. It was great, but they're filming in a public park, and you guys may have seen I posted about this. I couldn't believe it, and I'm gonna. Again, I want to remind you, I have our guest coming up, Gus Perez. It's he's ready to be in the video. He's ready to go. But you know me, I do my thing before we get going. So I want to remind you. But anyway, I'm shooting in the park with these kids, and they're yelling, "Quiet on set!" And then they're going, this is a take, quiet on set, we're doing a take. Like, and we're in a public park, and people are like, who cares? Like these kids are over there screaming and giggling on the park, and these guys yelling, quiet on set, we're doing a take. And then they're like, the kids are out here. What are we gonna? And I go, you guys, like, what are you gonna do? Like, just wait. The kids are gonna go and let these people play. And and then of course there's that never happens, right? The kids don't leave, and the workout bros show up, and the workout bros. So I like to play this game when we shoot outdoors, and it's called Outdoor Shoot Bingo. And so I'd like to see what happens, because when you're a filmmaker and you're making movies outdoors, you cannot predict. You cannot predict. I've been on huge sets where you can't predict outdoor stuff, and especially if you're going to shoot here in LA, man, you're going to have the helicopter. You better plan for it. That's on my outdoor bingo. You got to have the leaf blower. Guy with a leaf blower is on my outdoor bingo card. I did not, however, have on my bingo card this week wild coyote. There was a wild coyote on the set, and so I was never seen that. I've been on lots of sets. I've been on plane could be on your outdoor bingo card. One time there was a guy metal hammering a fence. It was two guys, and they were taking turns. Ding, 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 ding. One time there was a live band, so now a live band is on my outdoor bingo card. If you're going to show up, there's going to be a live band. But yelling at kids and wild coyote were not on my outdoor bingo card, and maybe now they will be. So I want to tell you, speaking of kids, I was on another set this week, and I was making a commercial. And guys, please listen, please. The commercials I'm in, I don't endorse these products. Okay, please. I don't know what they do. I don't take them. I'm not the guy, right? I'm a really good actor in commercials. So, so please believe that I don't use these products. Stop asking me. I don't know where you buy it. I don't. I've never seen it until I show up on set, and then they're like, hey man, this is what you're advertising. And I go, oh, no kidding. I go, really? And I go, oh, but that looks like crap. So I used to work for this guy who would agree. I used to work for this guy, and he was Saturn Films, and we would do commercials, and we would do a lot of commercials because he liked me, so he would pitch me as the guy, and then of course the companies would say, yeah, we want him or whatever, or no, or whatever. But I would show up on set and I go, oh my God, this product's a piece of crap. And he would agree. He'd be like, yeah, dude, that thing's never gonna work. But these guys I work for now don't. I show up and I go, oh yeah, that's junk. And they go, no, it's like really good. You should try it. And so I'm like, so my sense of humor keeps going like with those guys. I'm like, what a piece of crap. And then they're like, no, you got to use these brands if we're like, so folks, if you see me in the commercial, I likely don't use that product. I really don't. I don't drive a Ford. I don't use power tools. I don't use whatever. But this week, they had me using an anti-smoking thing. And I said, all right, fine. I'm not smoking on set. No deal. I will not smoke a real cigarette. I'm not going to do that. And they said, all right. They said, what about an herbal cigarette or a prop cigarette? And I said, yeah, okay, fine. Maybe one of those. That'll be fine. So they bought prop cigarettes. I have to show you the prop cigarettes. These are them. Okay? Puff cigarettes. You guys see this? Look at this crap. Okay? Puff cigarettes. But look at that, though. I actually thought that they look kind of real. But the deal is, right? And so the deal is you put them in your mouth and you blow out, and it makes a smoke thing. It's supposed to look like you're smoking. Okay, of course, people who smoke, the smoke comes from their mouth, but whatever, right? Who cares? We'll add that in post. But I wanted to show you this package. Look right here. Puff cigarettes. Ages 3 and up. Well, there you go. Ages 3 and up, man. You could give these to anyone. I mean, what kid who doesn't want these in their stocking this year? What kid, ages 3 and up, they're good for everyone. Like, just get on board. I mean, I couldn't believe that the package for cigarettes. So kids, you want cigarettes, toy cigarettes, 3 and up. Real cigarettes, you gotta wait. But hey, why not start now? Why not? What a magical item. So I do not smoke. I don't use Nicoblock. I didn't. I did quit smoking 17 years ago. And I'm not going to lie to you. It was the hardest thing I ever quit in my whole fucking life. And the hardest thing ever. So I'm not going to lie to you. It is hard. And however you have to stop smoking, please do. Please do. I just had a friend a couple of weeks ago. If you watch the show, you know I dedicated the show to dairy. He had throat cancer. Please stop smoking. Moving on a little bit before we get to our guest. And I know that Gus is eager to come on, but you guys know I've had a busy week, so we're gonna talk about some stuff. I want to mention something that I heard that just blew my mind. It was about this senator in Pennsylvania, and the guy's running for office, and I don't know what his name is, and I don't know what his party affiliation is. On this show, we don't go there, but I assume his name is Senator Dumbass. But he said that it was easier to get women back in the day because all you had to do was fight a dinosaur to prove your manliness. Fight a dinosaur. Now, even if that was possible, let's say you would fight a dinosaur. You're going to go out there and fist fight a dinosaur? So I always think about that now. I think about that these days, right? I think to myself, why do we have guns for hunting, right? Like, I get it. And you know what? You got a gun, great, big deal. I don't give a goddamn about that. But you're going to go shoot an animal? Man, you have a higher intelligence than that animal. So yeah, you're going to win, right? Of course. Oh, I shot a rhino. Oh, big deal. Really? Was it harmed? So I thought to myself, what if you fought that animal with your bare hands? What if you fist fought an elephant? That would be some manly shit. That would be cool as hell. Then I could see a woman being impressed. So then I could see her being like, that guy fought an elephant with his bare hands. I mean, he died, but damn, that was impressive. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you really want to impress somebody, fight it with your bare hands, man. Let me see you do it, right? Like, go out there and fight it with your bare hands. Then I'll see. I saw a guy punch a kangaroo. Manliest dude I ever saw. Punched a kangaroo to save his dog. Like, and I don't know if you know anything about kangaroo, but you're not likely to win that fight. So anyway, moving right along on Coffee Breaks Thursday, we're going to bring our guest on today in just one more second. And I know, we're getting Gus Perez. I'm really excited, you guys. Like I said, he's been in some huge things. This guy has been there for historical stuff. We're going to talk about that. So hang on. Speaking of historical stuff, I got to tell you one more thing I just heard about. Because you know how we do it on this show. There was a storm in Egypt. This is a 100% true story. You're going to think I'm making this up, but it's a 100% true story. There's a storm in Egypt. And what happened was it stirred up a whole bunch of scorpions. Like, the scorpions, came out. And 3 people have already been killed. And hundreds have been injured by scorpions in Egypt. That's a true story. That's actually happening right now. Which means that scorpions, 3 people killed by scorpions. That's still 3-0 for scorpions versus piranhas. And there was a story the other day, because you guys know I talked about this on the show a little while back, that piranhas have never actually been documented of eating anyone ever. They're not that kind of fish. They're more scared. They don't eat. If you jump in the piranha water, you're not going to get eaten by them. They don't do that. It's not how it works. So you might get bit, but they're not like, that's not how it works. They never have reportedly killed anyone. But recently there was a story where a guy was eaten by piranhas. And so I looked at it. I went, oh man, this might be finally a documented case where it happened. And it said they didn't know whether the guy was dead before he went in the water. They didn't know if he had died while he was in the water, but they weren't sure the piranhas had killed him. They said that the piranhas had bit him, but he was dead in there. So of course they're but even the guy, it wasn't like a skeleton bones like they show in movies where it's somebody comes out. I saw this movie with The Rock. I was watching Jungle Cruise. Man, Jungle Cruise is a boo, dude. So I'm watching Jungle Cruise, and I thought they played it pretty realistic. I thought he comes out, he's got a little, bit of holes in his shirt, and I thought, man, they finally went somewhere. Of course, it wasn't realistic. They're The Rock punches out a bunch of piranhas, but the point is, that's scorpions 3, piranhas 0. So if you had that on wild biblical historical events, scorpion invasion. Then you're going to win. Here we go, folks. Moving right on to Gus Perez, our guest today. Let's see if we can get him on here. It says he's here, but I may have to send an invite. I'm hesitant to send the invite because last time we weren't able to bring our guest on. Once I'd sent the invite, we had to go a different route. So I'm wondering if Gus can ask again to be in the video. That might work. It might not. Let's try it if that's a possibility. Or I can just send the invite. What do you guys think I should do on that, Warren? You're the producer of the show. While we wait for that response. Oh, I think he's asking. Let's see. Oh, we got it, guys. Let's see. Lack of technical difficulties on this show. That's a new one. Maybe it's because it's Life Day. Maybe it's because we don't live where scorpions are killing people. I wonder how many Americans a year get killed by scorpions. Because I know that cows do kill people. I mean, cows don't get killed by scorpions, probably. That would be weird. Anyway, there he is. Hey, Gus. So I'm seeing.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm seeing the top of your head and a picture of the Lord behind you.
Okay, there I am. I'm holding the phone. I'm having sound problems with my laptop, so I'm doing it on the phone.
Okay, so you're holding your phone. You don't have some kind of stand or something. I guess I would say an actor should have to hold a phone.
No, I don't have one.
Okay, so we're gonna have a shaky video then, I guess, for a little bit. We're gonna go with it. Anyway, thank you for being on. As most people may not know, you were thrown in the mix at the last moment.
Right, I'm not going to be as exciting as you. I've only had 4 hours sleep. I was out working all night.
And when you say working, you were on set, or were you doing security for a museum or something?
Yeah, I was doing security.
Oh, okay, for a museum?
No. It was just a regular company. It wasn't a museum or anything. You think
Okay.
I'm what's the guy Ben who did A Night at the Museum?
Well, I don't think you're him, no, but I was aiming at that joke, yes. We are having audio problems. Is there a way we can amend that on your end?
No, what it is, of course, when I get on here, everybody is sending messages through, and I have, maybe hackers and people trying to sell me things and stuff like that. That's what's going on. Every time they send a message through, it knocks the sound out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hackers and people trying to sell you things. So you have a lot of hackers.
Yeah, I've had 2 or 3. I think they've gone away because they found out they couldn't connect themselves to my financial institutions and stuff like that. But they would answer other people with my photo from my Facebook, and things like that. And, like when I'm talking to somebody, they send an answer over also. Weird stuff,
wow.
Odd stuff like that.
Right. Well, then I'm thrilled to have connected with you on this platform then to open it up to a bunch of strangers and hackers and weirdos. So a happy Life Day to you, and thanks for being here. Let's talk about some of your work. Now you live in Florida.
Yes.
Okay, and when do you shoot a lot of your films in Florida? Because you're in movies like Ocean's 11, Armageddon, Magic Mike, and respectively you play extras in those films. But when those films are shot, where do you shoot them?
We shot them all in Florida. Everything I shot was in Florida. But soon I'm going to be filming in Georgia because I'm retiring from security soon. So I'm going to go
after you
for
retire,
speaking. After I retire from security, yes, the sound is going in and out now again. I'm gonna go to Georgia and
It's good.
do. Sound is out. Sound is out. Can you hear me?
I'm wondering. Maybe I'm not sure. I can hear you, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. I don't think we can continue a conversation where I can't really hear your answers. Is there a way you can mute them or come back on a different platform or somehow?
I don't think so. This is like I've only done video chats on Messenger. This is the first time I've done one like this. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
You can
never
hear me then,
used
I assume.
this. Yeah, now I can hear you. For a minute there, the thing is, I can hear you, but your image is moving in slow motion. You're moving in slow motion.
So we'll
Anyway,
ask
I
the
said,
audience question. Who's go ahead.
anyway, like I said, soon next year, I'm going to be applying for the speaking in SAG films. I've already spoken in SAG films. I wasn't just extra. I did a speaking scene with Joseph Fiennes in Forever Mine, a movie Ray Liotta's in, and in the scene was Oswaldo Calvo, who did speaking parts with Frank Sinatra in Frank's movies. It was all three of us, me and Shakespeare in Love, Joseph Fiennes, and Frank Sinatra's co-star. And I spoke in Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan and John Landis's The Cronenberg Chronicles. I was in the first Chupacabra movie, and then Sci-Fi started copying that one, but mine was like a comedy. They started copying that one and making, their Chupacabra movies.
So you live in Florida, and you shoot these in Florida, and
Yes.
the Chupacabra, is that real? Does that live in Florida?
No, I think he's supposed to be living in Puerto Rico and maybe parts of Mexico. I don't think they're living in Florida, but we filmed it at Universal Studios in Orlando and at a ranch north of Universal Studios, about 15 miles. It was even raining on and off, and we were filming in the rain. John Landis was real nice. There's pictures of me and
Right.
John Landis on my Facebook and my IMDb page. Well, one picture. And sorry, I'm not as
And speaking
exciting
of
as your
pictures,
stuff.
speaking of pictures, you're a photographer, or you were? I mean, like, so you've been there for some historic moments to photograph. You photographed Ronnie Van Zant 4 days before they crashed, before Leonard Skinner crashed.
Yes, and that was by accident. I'm kind of like a photographer. I've dabbled in it. The yearbook staff in high school, they called me like the day before the concert, and they said, we need an extra camera to take pictures of Leonard Skinner for the yearbook. And of course, I'm not going to turn down a free concert. So I went and I shot those pictures of Skinner. Some are good, some are blurry. I didn't have a lot of practice back then with a Canon 35 millimeter, but I did get some crystal clear, sharp ones like you see. And some are blurry. And I also had an Instamatic camera with me, and I shot Instamatics in between, shooting the 35 millimeters. And some actually made it into the yearbook. I'm not sure if it was my shots or the other guy's shots, but some made it in there. Yeah, it was sad. I was shocked when somebody told me in the hallway of the school, did you hear what happened? And I said, no. Well, the plane went down and 3 of them died. And I was, oh my God. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was also at the Led Zeppelin riot in '77, and when Ace was electrocuted at the Kiss concert, but he lived. I was there for those two.
You saw Ace get electrocuted at the Kiss concert.
Yeah, it was during the first song, Detroit Rock City. It was the Destroyer concert in 76, December 76. And the Better Band opened up Uriah Heep. They have songs that sound like the Beatles could have written them. Uriah Heep does. And yeah, he was electrocuted.
And so
his guitar strings touched the aluminum or metal railing when he was walking down these stairs. He was up on these stairs above the stage, Ace was, and he was passed out for like 5 or 6 minutes, and everybody was worried it was the end of the concert. But they woke him up, and the concert continued like in 7 or 8 minutes. We saw the whole concert.
wait, so Ace gets electrocuted, and the first thing you think is, oh fudge, I'm out of concert. Now, not oh man, Ace could be dead. You guys thought, damn, there goes the show.
Yeah, well, we didn't know I saw some sparks up there, but I thought it was part of the special effects of the show. And we found out like, 2.5 minutes later, Gene or somebody said, oh, looks like Ace was shocked and we will continue with the show in a minute. So we didn't know like for 2.5 minutes. I wasn't being, nasty, not worried about Ace and everything.
No. So so Gene comes out and he reassures you guys. He must be like, yo, dude, man, that guy totally got electrocuted over there. We're gonna restart the show. That must have been incredible.
Yeah, it was. Actually, Ace was electrocuted when there was like a minute and a half left of Detroit Rock City, the first song. And the other three finished the song without Ace's guitar part. There's pictures on the internet of the crew or people trying to revive Ace up there, up at the top of the stairs.
Man, I never heard of that. Like that to me, that's pretty wild. So the photos you took of Leonard Skinner, do you have like the actual like pictures, or like do you own the actual like originals of them?
I have some of the original pictures. I think since I was a kid, some of the original photos and some of the negatives were left back at the developing room at the high school, unfortunately. I have them posted you saw them on Facebook. The person coming
Right.
through
I
with
was wondering.
a message, knocking everything out. So where were we?
So
Two
you're in a
messages
movie.
came in.
Yeah. So you're in a movie. I want to talk about you're in a movie called Florida Lady. Is that right?
Yes, I actually, believe it or not, did the theme song with my cousin Kathy Castillo. Get this, my agent sends me to Florida Lady saying that I'm just going to be faking it to a record, right? And we get there and we find out that we had to have an original song, and like in less than 10 minutes, me and my cousin wrote a song that she sung in Spanish called We're Gonna Have Some Fun Tonight, not Jerry Lee Lewis's one. We wrote our own. And in 15 minutes, we were playing the song we just wrote in 10 minutes on the set, and it's used in the movie. And it's turned into a TV series also over there in Germany, I think. Soon I'm going to get
In
the
Germany,
DVDs
they have a
of
TV
it.
series called. soon you're gonna get the DVDs.
I didn't hear. Germany, they have a TV
No,
series
it's
called
okay.
Florida Lady. Yeah, we filmed it here.
And why is it shown in Germany, not in Florida or not in America? I mean,
You got me.
is there a reason they
The
like it better
producers.
there?
Well, the producers were from Germany and they came here to film it. And I guess their original idea was just to show it in Germany, but I imagine it's probably showing in a few other countries like France, Spain, Italy. You know, for some reason, it just never made it over here. They have DVDs for sale on the internet. I haven't bought them yet. But incredible story.
How often does it happen to you that you show up on a set? We just lost him. I don't know how well this interview is going because the audio and the video, you guys, it is what it is, So we're going to continue with the show, and I'm going to do my thing, and we're going to bring him back on here shortly when he tries to reconnect, which he probably got a phone call or something. But let's move right along because here we go. We're going to do within the part of the show where I show. Let's talk about Toy of the Week. I really want to show you Toy of the Week. I'm pretty excited about it, and I haven't shown it, and it's one that I got for my birthday. My wife got it for me, and I'm really, really excited about it. One thing I love about vintage toys is the toy art that's on there. And I want to show you this one. You got to look at this close, okay? Take a look at this. It's a stapler, okay? And it's a squirting stapler, and it's got this picture, this writing on it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it is. And here's the back of it, so you can see how you fill the water up, and then you push it down and it squirts. Okay, and so and we're gonna bring Gus back on here in just a moment, but anyway, so you push it down and it squirts. And but what I wanted to show you is look at this. Look at it. It says Mad Stapler, and then oh, I'm sorry, like she's all and then he's I don't know what that even says right there, a push, and then but look at he's like all pissed off. So basically, if your boss, who I guess you have a crush on, or you're mad at him, I don't know. Look, why is there a heart? Oh, I'm sorry. Like that lady is so anyway. This stapler, if you're mad at somebody, I guess will squirt them. So mad, well, stapler. That's your answer at work. So there you go. See, the show is not only entertaining, but it's fun facts for how to deal with your job at the office. So there you go. You get a mad stapler. Mad? Well, stapler. That's the answer to every. What if squirting stapler was the answer to office problems? Like what if they're like, yo, have you tried the squirting stapler on your? I mean, maybe they're not a jerk. Maybe they just haven't tried the squirting stapler on them. Like, I think that's a good idea. Think about that. I was just gonna poison the coffee. I mean. All right. Anyway, let's see if we can get our we're going to see if we can get Gus back on. Oh, I don't see him back on here anymore. I'm going to continue with the show, you guys. You know what it is? I wanted to make a bunch of Florida jokes. You guys know me. I had a whole thing about Florida jokes, man. And then when he mentioned the chupacabra, I couldn't even help myself. The chupacabra, oh, you guys know that's one of my favorites. I love the chupacabra. I had this friend growing up, and he was all about the chupacabra, and I got all excited about it. And I'm a big cryptozoology guy. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's no Bigfoot. There's no there's no ghosts. There's none of that stuff. There's no UFOs, man. What there is, though, is wacky people in Florida. That's true. But the more I read about California, then the more I'm like, man, you shouldn't be on there talking smack about Florida, dude. Look where you live, man. You got to watch. People in glass houses should not be throwing stones. The other thing I want to tell you about is, and we're gonna get Gus. Like I said, we're gonna get Gus back on here in just a moment, and maybe he can talk about. His he played a UFO chaser in a TD Waterhouse commercial, and I was going to ask him if UFOs are real, and of course I just gave away the end. I just gave away the movie that UFOs are not real. So, and UFOs are real. Okay, yeah, the government said, dude, whatever. They didn't say aliens are real, and I think that's what we're talking about here. They didn't come out and go, hey, by the way, are wizards real? They are. Wizards are real. Did you know that? And I'm going to tell you how I know that. Wizards are 100% real. New Zealand just fired their wizard. New Zealand had a state-appointed wizard. I kid you not. A guy on the payroll who was a wizard, and New Zealand was paying him. He was a state-appointed wizard. So if you needed a wizard, well, the state had one. I mean, I think that might be that's probably pretty crappy healthcare. like, hey, do you want to go see the doctor? Well, you do know we have a state-appointed wizard. I mean, why would you go to the doctor? You can go to the wizard, and he's like, hey, try this, and then next thing you know, peyote. I don't know. I don't know, because obviously a wizard's not freaking real, but New Zealand was paying a man to, I don't know, impersonate Hobbit people. I don't know what he does. Maybe he's like, listen, if we don't get this ring to Mordor, and they're like, calm down, we get it. You're the wizard. like what does the wizard do? I didn't look up. I also heard, and this isn't even in my notes, but I'm going to keep talking about it. There's 10,000 variants of a cockroach. 10,000 versions. And the funny thing about the funny thing that they said about the 10,000 versions of cockroaches is only 30 are pesky to people. And I was like, out of 10,000, only 30 of them? I guess that seems like a pretty good number. But I thought, man, those 30, that's still like a ton. Like, are there 30 different bees that bother you? Probably not. So I was thinking, I'm sure there's 30 variants of ants, but how many bother people? But 30? Anyway, let's see if Gus is ready to come back on, and we'll try to get some more answers. We'll see how it goes. So here we go. The part 2. There it is. Part 2 of Gus Perez, all the way from Florida, where they have crazy things. They don't have a wizard appointed, a self-appointed, state-appointed wizard. They probably do, but he's probably a different kind of wizard. If you put what I'm saying. Anyway, hi Gus, welcome back to Coffee Break Thursdays with Jason Salakis. Thanks for returning to the show.
I have no idea what happened.
That's
I have
okay.
no idea what happened.
We're not going to worry about it. We filled the time as we do on the show. So you were in it. You chased UFOs in a TD Waterhouse commercial.
Yes, but that TV commercial, I was told a few weeks later, was dropped for some reason. Something went wrong during filming. It's a real shame because it was one of the coolest commercials that I ever did. We ran up this hill to a UFO, me and about 10 people, and out of the UFO, a famous basketball player comes out and starts using his cell phone. And that's about all I can remember about the commercial.
So
it was never used.
Are UFOs real?
Well, I hope I'm not going to brand myself a nut, but I myself saw one night from 100 feet away. So when I was 19, riding my motorcycle out on a field, pretty scary. Yeah.
Okay, so you saw one in person and it frightened you.
It had a spotlight on the front. It was saucer shaped. It looked like it was small. It was only like 50 feet across with the windows across the top. And it had a spotlight. And the spotlight started coming towards me. And so I panicked and fired up my motorcycle and took off across the field. And when I looked behind me, I saw it slingshot across the sky like a lightning bolt. It was like gone in half a second. And that's my UFO story.
Here we call that vehicle the police chopper. In LA, that vehicle is a police helicopter. It comes over and it shines the spotlight on you and then flies away. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. So,
No help.
you we're gonna touch on one more commercial. I want to ask you about one more thing before I let you go here. You were in a commercial I saw that aired on Japanese TV for Tiger Woods, where you ducked a golf ball.
Yep. Yeah, I sure did. We filmed that at Universal Studios. The scene in the studio where he hit the ball over our head. And then I guess they filled it in. They went out on the golf course to fill in with extra scenes.
So did he actually hit the ball at you?
Yeah, it was him. Yes. Unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to him or anything. It was one of those where, you know, we just get to the filming and that's it. A German guy again, and the
Right.
Japanese guy were directing it together.
Interesting.
But
so before I let you go today, tell the people.
I didn't get that. Tell the people what?
All right. So before I let you go today, tell the people where they can find you. Actually, before you tell them where they can find you, tell the people what you have coming up. You have projects you have coming up?
You read my mind. I was about to say that before we go off. I have a movie coming out with Michael Perez, who was Eddie in Eddie and the Cruisers, and he was in Streets of Fire, Philadelphia Experiment, called The Wild Man, the Skunk Ape. It might be on Sci-Fi. We only had the cast showing now, and I'm a scientist in there. I'm working with aliens, and I have a confrontation with Bigfoot in the movie. And so that's pretty exciting. And I spoke to Michael Perez. He came up to me and started talking to me, asking me if I'm a real doctor on set. He's a real nice guy. It was directed by Ryan Justice, my buddy. He's done several movies. He has one out called Followers, about killers out in the woods chasing people and stuff like that. But this one's called The Wild Man Skunk Ape. It's on my IMDb page. I accidentally put credit only because my scenes almost didn't make it in, but they ended up putting them in. So I'm in the movie. I see
Cool.
you won a bunch of awards.
Where can Thank you. This is the part where I redirect away from me. But thank you. So, but tell the people then, if they want to see where you're in, please tell the people where they can find you. How can they find you? How can they see you on IMDb? And tell them, obviously, Gustavo Perez is your name, but tell them where they can find you.
Well, obviously, I'm on IMDb, and I have my hair dyed black in the picture, no glasses, and a red and black straight tie, and there's movie clips on there. And I also have 2 YouTube pages. Everybody subscribe. It's easier to find them if you type in Gustavo Perez Demo Reel on one, and to find the other one, you type in, I didn't put my name on this title, you type in Thunder in Paradise, The Break, 7-Eleven, and 7-Eleven commercial, and the Raging Bells.
It's probably going to drop.
Okay, I'm back again. Somebody was calling one of the scammers. I'm in the ragingbells.com. You could get a copy there. I'm the lead role. It's like 105 minutes. I'm after the superhuman Satanist with the strength of 15 men in the fight. So anyway, I know you wanted to end my little segment here. Anyway, channel you go to by typing into the title Thunder in Paradise 7-Eleven commercial, The Break, and The Raging Bells. That takes you to the other YouTube channel. And I have a whole bunch of jobs I did on there, like when I'm in the mafia and in movies, like The Ghost of Ybor by the Guzzo brothers and stuff like that. You know, that's more like a documentary, The Ghosts of Ybor. So, so are
Very
you
cool.
working on a new movie? You don't want to talk about yourself, I guess. Sorry.
Well, you're the guest. I mean, it's about you on the show today. It's not about me. I get
Right.
my time.
Supposedly, the same company run by Ryan Justice is going to do another horror movie with SAG stars, and around February or March, we should be filming that one. And I believe I'm in that one too. He mentioned a few months ago. I don't know the title. I was going to shoot a movie with
When I look,
Warren Madden, a movie that I wrote with Warren. Oh, I was with Conrad Brooks in 2 movies, who was in Johnny Depp's movie Ed Wood, Conrad Brooks, and he recently passed away. My good friend Conrad Brooks. I know a lot of information there in 30 seconds, and so.
that's all good. That's wonderful. I'm glad. And you know, when I looked you up, you have so much going on. You have like just 71 movies. It was hard to pick a couple to talk about. I mean, you know, and you have 31 commercials or something. You know, and so many things you're doing. You're a very working, popular guy.
Well, recently it hasn't been that much stuff, only like 7 or 8 per year, because around 2007 they stopped all the incentive money here. But then still some movies got in, like I did Dolphin Tale 1 and 2. In 1 they showed me installing the bleachers for the show, and in part 2 they show me 9 times as a concerned tourist because one of the dolphins might be dying. And he recently just died. She did Winter, the dolphin. Um,
I saw
and
that
I
you had
might
posted about Winter the Dolphin had passed. Yeah.
I
I'm
might
sorry,
shoot a
repeat.
movie next year. I can't the title because it's original with Warren Madden, and I'm up against a group of killers in that movie. You know, Warren Madden is one of the killers. I can't give the title because it's interesting title.
And
So,
you're, of
and
course,
then
you're
like
referring
I
to Warren
mentioned,
Madden, who produces this show.
yeah, somebody, the scammers were calling again. Yeah, I made the mistake of trying to sign up for one of these scammer credit cards, and then now all of them, hundreds of them, are calling me.
That's yeah, yeah. I feel that. I don't know what else to say about that. I want to thank you, Gustavo Perez, for being on the show. It's hard to beat. The credit card scammers are relentless. They have found you in Florida. Way out there. They have found you. They seem to know where you are. They are relentless as directors who want to work with you. So I want to thank you for being on Coffee Breaks Thursdays with Jason Zalakis. Thank you and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate it. Nice meeting you.
You too. You as well.
Thanks.
So before I go today, I wanted to make sure you guys understood really clear here. Next week is Thanksgiving, and we are doing a Thanksgiving show. My guest next week, you're going to love it. Debbie Storm. She was a child actor, and she was on an episode of Brady Bunch, although I'm not allowed to harp on that. Or I don't know. I think they didn't say harp. They said dwell. Don't dwell on Brady Bunch when you interview her. And so, you know me, it's going to be difficult to not beat a drum. They told me to, and of course the producer is watching the show as we speak, and he's going to know that. Well, you know how I am. I do what I do. You know, I was thinking about something, and before I let you guys go, I've been watching The Tiger King, and I've been watching season 2, and probably everybody is, right? Right, the whole planet is. And I don't want to be one of those guys that brings up and talks about whether or not she totally killed her husband. But what I want to talk about is the fact that she claims that the dude disappeared, right? Like, oh, he went off to Costa Rica and some shit. But I don't know if you know this. It's extremely hard to disappear. It's extremely hard to vanish. It's extremely hard to make someone else disappear. I would imagine. You know, but my point is that the guy doesn't just disappear, right? That's got to be so hard. So I mean, because what I was thinking of, there's things that I was hoping, you know, would disappear over time, and things just don't disappear, like Pokemon. You know, there's things like that are still haunting me. I thought that was going to go away, and it never did. Anyway, you guys, listen, you're wonderful. I love having you here. Thanks for watching the show. Happy Life Day to you. Don't forget. So go out, celebrate Life Day, and be you. You know, we'll see you next week. Coffee Breaks Thursdays with Jason Zalakis, you guys. Goodbye.